And maybe we can get Rick Neuheisel to sing that at halftime for us, as this should be fun. Sheldon Evans waiting for the kick. Riker Casey for Appalachian State. Both teams won last week. Thundering Herd in a wipeout blew out Eastern Kentucky 59-0. Appalachian State in the rain in Boone beat Charlotte. Aaron Murray, did we learn anything from week one with these two teams?
Well, like I said, the leadership, I thought it's really important. Week one, we've seen some really sloppy football across the country, some upsets, things like that. But these two teams, they came out to play. Yes, there were mistakes. Yes, there are things to clean up. But overall, very clean football.
Evans at the goal line. Evans at the 20. Flag down. Evans down at the 34, and another flag follows. Flag is back at the 15-yard line. Big 12 officiating crew. Michael Vandervelt, our referee. Officials masked. He has a lanyard with the whistle. Most officials also have a handheld whistle to use in college football here in 2020. And a long conference right now at the 20-yard line where both flags sit.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what these whistles sound like. There's been some issues in some games with players being able to hear 3 different levels with this handheld whistle. We'll see if the players can hear it throughout this ball game.
During the return, personal foul, face mask, number 15 of the kicking team, 15 yards, will be added to the end of the run, and it's a first down.
You don't see that often, and that adds on to what was a really nice 34-yard return. Let's revisit Grant Wells. A redshirt freshman takes over for Isaiah Green. All right, it's start number 2 for this kid. I don't know how he can do much better than start number 1.
I don't know either. I mean, that start last week was absolutely tremendous. Everything was on point, and not just the way he played himself, but the way he spread the football out. Everyone is a target, the receivers, the running backs, the tight ends. He spreads the love, and it really is tough for defenses to figure out what exactly is going to be going on with this offense.
He's got a great running back behind him, and that's Brendan Knox. And this is Knox over the right side. Knox inside the 40, down inside the 30-yard line. That's a 21-yard gain on the first snap for Marshall.
We talk about the quarterback, there's receivers, but the offensive line is absolutely dominant. You have 5 seniors right there behind right guard, Kane Madron. They're known as the dump truck. Big, physical. They love to pass it, but they can run it like that. They'll do that all day.
Wells rolling. Trying to get to the sideline. Throws across his body, and it's bobbled. Willie Johnson couldn't hold it, and it's incomplete. And you heard the whistle. Aaron, you talked about the handheld whistles sometimes are hard to hear, but they blew it dead.
Let's just see the impressive throw here from Wells going to the left, something he showcased last week. We'll see if he has control. It's going to be close on that one. Definitely was not down. One official came in saying he was down. Definitely either an incompletion.
Ruling on the field is an incomplete forward pass. It's second down.
So second down and 10, and fortunate certainly for Marshall that it was ruled an incomplete pass, because the return would have been damaging.
That's someone, Willie Johnson, number 1. A little bit quiet last week. They want to get him going early in this game. Quick throws, jet sweeps. Fast football player. You just want to put the ball in his hands.
Knox in the backfield. Marshall on second and 10, and it's Knox, another big hole to the 20, right on the sticks, close to a first down. This is a fun offense with Wells and Knox in the backfield and a talented offensive line. The most interesting player is Xavier Gaines, very versatile, the tight end.
He's going to be all over the place. Tremendous as a blocker, even better out there in space when catching the football.
Wells keeps it, and he's caught And that's enough for a first down. Defensively, it's a 3-4 look. They have a playmaker up front with Demetrius Taylor.
Well, we've already seen the first couple plays of this game. They want to pressure the quarterback. Talking with the coaches, freshmen, you blitz. Seniors, you kind of step back a little bit. They want to see if you hit him in the face a little bit, Grant Wells, how he responds to the pressure.
That was enough for the first down. Knox bounces outside to the 10, cuts back inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. So much focus on the throwing game, and Knox is hurting them.
It's amazing. We talk about all these receivers and tight ends, and Brandon Knox with the Conference USA Player of the Year last year. We're talking about one of the most talented running backs in the country. You can't forget about him. It starts with the run game for this Marshall team. App State knows it. They got to do a better job up front in the front 7.
Knox right side, down to the 1. Both coaches talked about their offensive line glowingly. Lots of seniors, lots of all-conference players, and they both said these are 2 athletic offensive lines. What does that mean?
Well, they're not the biggest guys, and they know that. But at the end of the day, their zone run scheme for both these offenses is going to be the key. You want to get guys in space, and these offensive linemen, they can all run. The inside zone, the outside zone. And right there, we've been seeing a great job of these guys getting to the second level, creating some big spaces for Knox.
This is what they call their full house backfield, with 2 tight ends in front of Knox, who goes straight ahead, and I think he got in. He did. Touchdown, Marshall.
Absolutely love this first drive. So much focus on Grant Wells, the receivers, the tight end. We're just glowing about these guys, and what they do, they come out and just absolutely run it right down App State's throat. Brendan Knox, great job with this offensive line. We're going to be giving them lots of love throughout this football game. A bunch of seniors that are ready to make their name known this year.
Well, it all started with that nice kickoff return by Sheldon Evans, and then the penalty. Young kicker for Marshall, Shane Chuchi. Marshall at home and on the board first.
And it was all Knox for that first drive. Him and the big boys up front, pushing it in. Early 7-0 lead for Marshall.
Can't wait to tell everyone about AT&T's big 5G news.
AT&T has nationwide 5G?
Yep.
And that's faster?
Faster, yeah.
But is it reliable?
Uh-huh, and secure.
You should consider...
Off to a great start. Now, Knox was the MVP of Conference USA last year, and you would think if he stays healthy, he'll probably repeat. Very unselfish, very intelligent, as you saw, very dangerous.
Yeah, and this team is 7-1 when Knox scores a touchdown. So that's pretty good right there. It's a good feeling. Get him going early in the game.
Jalen Virgil from App State. And App State out to the 15. Now, App State's quarterback, Zach Thomas, very good. And he doesn't have to play in the rain this week, which he did last week.
Yeah, it actually threw the ball pretty well. I mean, it was raining pretty hard at times in that week 1 matchup. Strong arm, and the most important thing, he's a winner. He wins football games, and he takes care of the football. That's all you can ask if you're a head football coach from your quarterback.
But we're talking about Marshall's running game. App State has 3 terrific runners, and they did a lot of that last week against Charlotte. Ran for 308 yards. Thomas was sharp in that game as well, as you see. Play clock's running down. First snap for the Mountaineers. Dietrich Harrington is swallowed up. Jalen McClain's sack comes up for the stop. It's a zone running team, and when you're going to run it and be successful, you got to be good up front. And Noah Hand in the center is nicknamed the Mayor.
Yeah, he's one of the best offensive line these coaching staff has seen. He's physical, he's smart. He gets them in the right protection in both the pass game and the run game. And there's no surprise what this team wants to do. They want to run the ball inside, they want to run the ball outside, and then from there take some play action shots down the field off of it. But yet you can't do any of that without a great offensive line.
Virgil in motion. And it's Virgil around the left side, and a big hit, stays on his feet, has the first down, out to the 32. Elite speed from this guy, the senior.
If you go back and watch their week 1 game, a lot of this jet motion, but never handing it off, never pitching it, none of that. And a guy like Virgil with the elite speed, like you alluded to, Rich, you just got to get him the ball and see what he can do with that. Great job getting the first down there.
Thomas to the air, and it's caught right at the line of scrimmage. That's Zach Crosby, one of the tight ends. 4-3 base defense for the Herd, and their linebackers are good, including Tavante Beckett.
A little bit undersized, but extremely physical, fast, knows the game of football, understands concepts from the offense, and knows how to read and go from there and attack. Really, really love his game. Like I said, especially an undersized guy, his ability to use his speed to get around blockers and make plays in the backfield has been really impressive to watch throughout his career.
It was a gain of 1. It's 2nd and 9. First possession, App State. Thomas with time over the middle. Caught there in traffic. Christian Wells, the redshirt freshman, lost his helmet at the 35. He's 3 yards shy of a first down.
And when you watch this defense throughout this game and going in years past, there's not going to be a lot. There's not going to be a ton of blitzing. They're going to stay in their base 4-3, cover 4 defense, bring a safety down the box every now and then and run man or cover 3. They just play extremely well. But this is a situation for App State that they want to be in right now. Thomas Hennigan, number 5, in these 3rd and short situations, they got to watch out for.
Thomas tucks. Flag is down, and he's right on the sticks. Close to a first down.
I think that's going to be an illegal pick for App State. They are trying to get Hennigan in the flat right there.
Well, if the spot is short.
Offside, number 99. Defense lined up into the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
As we were saying, offsides and a first down. And Doc Holliday under that mask isn't real happy.
No, that's a big mistake, especially with the fact that you're feeling pretty good. And actually, we saw App State last week on a 4th and 2 jump off sides to give a first down. Early season, we're going to have mistakes. You're hoping that game number 2, you start cleaning some of that stuff up.
Staying on the ground. And Marshall's front 7, primed to stop the run. Rodney Kroom, the junior, makes the stop there, knocking down Dietrich Harrington.
Boy, it's an aggressive defense, and these safeties in a cover 4 defense, they're heavy run support, so they're downhill along with the linebackers and pretty much leaving their corners on an island one-on-one. Some say it's a glorified cover 0. Their goal is going to be stopping the run. They know App State wants to run the football, put them in 2nd and 3rd long situations, and make them throw the football.
Harrington left side, surges out to the 45. And a flag after the play was dead came from the defensive backfield in front of the App State sideline. Ball sits 5 yards shy of midfield, and that's where they need to get for a first down.
After the play is over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 7, defense. 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
Jalen McLean-Sapp, remember the flag on the return against App State set up Marshall's first drive, and this is a big flag against Marshall.
Matchup over here with these 2 guys. Just a little something extra afterwards, unneeded right there. That last-second shove.
Ball to Marshall, 40. App State on the move. Thomas with time, and a deep shot there. Williams off his fingertips. He was open.
And if you're going to run cover 4, the best thing to do is run a little bit of a post route from the outside. And you see right there, having to adjust his route to go vertical or anything, you want to bring the receiver across the field and Williams and let him run underneath the ball. That last second adjustment over the shoulder is a tough catch for those guys. Unfortunate. Perfect design play. They're going to have plenty of those opportunities on post routes. You take the safety out of play, and like I said, just one-on-one coverage with that cornerback on the outside.
Harrington's still the tailback. Quick shot. Hennigan's first touch. This is a talented wide receiver. Going to get about 8 yards. It's 3rd down and 2. Thomas Hennigan, the senior out of Greensboro, North Carolina. Best hands in the Sun Belt, some say.
And very physical. He's a guy that at 50-50, he's going to come down with it most of the time. There's a trust with his quarterback. And if I'm one-on-one, give me an opportunity to go out there and make a play. You see him in the slot right now. They're going to be moving him all over the field. But this could be 4-down territory. I would not be surprised if you see a run.
Cameron Peoples in on short yardage, and Peoples burst through for a 5-yard pickup.
I was impressed by Peoples last week. He came in and really got this offense going. He was kind of the spark that ignited him. 100-yard gain, had a touchdown. He's a great downhill runner, which is exactly what you want in this zone scheme. You kind of string it out, find the hole, and then use his speed and size to get downhill, get north and south, and run the football.
Well, Peoples and Dietrich Harrington, who we've seen, have not played a lot because of injuries. Thomas rolls right, fires. Williams with the catch. He's knocked out of bounds. Another nice game. Out at the 13. More flags fly. This will be a 1st down pending the penalty. You would guess late hit if it's on the sidelines. Brandon Drayton.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Late hit out of bounds. Number 8. Defense. That penalty will be enforced. Half the distance to the goal. 1st down.
Yeah, clearly out of bounds. If I'm Doc Holliday and J.C. Price, the defensive coordinator, not happy with this first drive. This was a team in Marshall last week. Very clean football game on both sides of the football. And they come out and get 3 big penalties here on the first drive to extend it, give some more yards to this team. We'll see if they can buckle down here inside the 10-yard line.
Peoples in the backfield. Crosby, the tight end, and a flag down.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 70. Offense, 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
That's Cooper Hodges, a first-team Sun Belt pick. And you can sing the praises of this App State offensive line. They're really, really good as well. Sean Clark should know he's their offensive line coach and offensive coordinator last year, and he was a terrific offensive lineman for Jerry Moore. A 2-time All-American was Clark back in the early 90s. Thomas, shotgun to the corner, and got it! Touchdown! Wow! Jalen Virgil! What a catch!
What a throw. You want to talk about dropping it into a bucket. Let's see, catch. We'll have to see where those feet are. Sure, they're going to review this one. But, Rich, have you ever seen those drills where quarterbacks, they put a bucket in the back of the end zone and they try to land it in there? That is exactly what that throw was. Looks like that left knee.
But the pellets, the trail of pellets, isn't that the foot being dragged?
Yeah, it depends on when the catch was made.
The rubber pellets in the field turf, sometimes a telltale sign of contact, and there's no review here. That's a terrific throw and catch, and App State answers. Staten with the extra point. Well, we told you at the outset, this had the potential to be a really fun and really good game, and so far, App State and Marshall are up to it.
An absolutely beautiful drive. Took advantage of the pit.
On CBS. Gene Steratore, of course, is our resident expert in all things officiating, and he joins us now. Gene, what did you see on the catch? Were you surprised it wasn't challenged?
They went rather quick, Rich. It's a great catch, though, as we look at it in slow motion after we broke for commercial. Jalen Virgil makes a great effort and extends. And if you look at the back left foot, it's constantly down. So as soon as he gains possession, it's immediately dead and a touchdown. And I believe that is what happened. But it was a rather quick review. But I do support it after replay.
Do you, as an official, watch for the trail pellets, those rubber pellets that spit up?
When those were put in, they definitely started to help. Now, I'm a little older. They didn't have those when I started, but I did use them a little as a cue as my career extended, for sure. And in that situation, too, I think it's well noted to know that there are two officials that are boxing that play in. One's looking at the ball, one's looking at the feet, because it's tough to look at both. So they have a little communication there before they give the signal, and they did a great job in tandem on the play.
All right, thank you, Gene. So 2 possessions, 1 for each team, and 2 touchdowns. Evans, who had a big return the first time he touched it, flagged down behind the play, and Evans breaks loose, still on his feet. Evans to the 40 and is out of bounds, but the flag is back at the 15-yard line.
And I think this is going to get called back on this time for Marshall. Another great return, but we have a hold.
During the return, holding number 15 of the receiving team. That penalty will be enforced. Half the distance. It's first down, Marshall.
Now, both of these coaches, Aaron Murray, told us that they went through fall practice as best they could, trying to get as many situation and scrimmage issues ironed out. You can see the penalties.
Well, they wanted to play football in practice. We've seen some teams across the country come out a little bit sloppy. They weren't as physical during practice. It showed up on game day, but I think both these teams had the mindset of, if you're going to get better at football, you better play football. That includes practice. So I think these penalties we didn't see last week, obviously a little bit sloppy early on, but some of that's attribute to the fact they're playing a better football team in App State, who's a little bit faster, a little bit more physical.
So now Wells, instead of starting the drive close to midfield, is going to give it to Brendan Knox, and he's going to get maybe a yard. App State defense there first. DeMarco Jackson, one of a quartet of linebackers, made the stop.
We'll see if this defense settles in. Knox in that first drive, 5 carries, 49 yards, obviously finished it off with the touchdown. That's only going to open up that play action pass, see if you can create some one-on-one matchups.
His favorite target's at the bottom of your screen, and that's Brock Thompson. And this is Thompson cutting over the middle, and he makes the catch at the 27 and tumbles down with a first down. That's a bullet.
It's just look at the base, the throw, and great job, because there was a free safety that came right down. He saw the window, threw it right off his ear. There's some heat on that one. That was a fastball.
There you go.
Knox this time stood up. Flag down.
Knox on the carry. Flag on the play.
There is no foul on the play. Second down.
Good to know. If you're just joining us, Marshall out of Conference USA. Very much a team many expect to be at the top of that, or near the top of that conference. Knox dragged down from behind. Of course, App State, the power in the Sun Belt, 5 straight bowl wins. Each team scored on their first possession. Brendan Knox was terrific on that first drive for Marshall, but a third down here, third down and a long 4.
Yeah, it's tough when you're facing this offense, too. Who do you look to shut down in these third and medium situations? If you're going to play coverage, they can still run the football with an athletic quarterback and athletic running back.
Dale Jones, the App State defensive coordinator, told us yesterday, we need to put some pressure on this freshman quarterback. He has all day to throw, wanders to his left, fires over the middle, in a crowd, and it's deflected and caught for a first down. Willie Johnson.
And the legend of Grant Wells continues to grow with throws like that, going to his left. This is a no-no. you don't throw it when there's about like 5 guys in one area, both on the offense and defense, but when you're feeling it sometimes, Rich, you just let it rip and good things happen. And when you throw it that hard, most of the time defenders aren't going to catch the ball. It's the Brett Favre mentality. They play defense for a reason. They don't catch it as well.
44-yard line. Knox bounces outside. And before he's down, he's got another 8 yards. Caden Smith, the strong safety, hanging on to bring him down.
Going back to 2 plays ago, once again, that offensive line continues, these going back to the first game and then throughout the beginning of this game, to give Grant Wells plenty of time in the pocket. He's comfortable. He doesn't rush anything. His feet are calm. And then the ability to extend the plane and throw to his left, which is really tough to do, has been really impressive to watch.
Sheldon Evans is in, and he picks his way through for a gain of 3 and a first down for Marshall.
And Sheldon Evans, big, powerful back, 32 yards, touchdown last week. And for both these teams, the depth at the running back position, for Marshall, they can throw the football. We know that, but both teams want to be able to run it behind their offensive line, so you need some depth. You get that 1-2 punch. And for App State, it's a 1-2-3 punch for the running back position.
He's a rare second-level running back who's the captain of this team. A lot of respect for him. That one deflected and intercepted. A diving catch. And a big play for App State. Ryan Huff, the free safety. And that, Aaron Murray, I expect, was another no-no.
Yeah, you're pumping outside to kind of fake the quick screen, and then you got a player run up the sideline, and great job right there by Trey Cobb, the middle linebacker, not getting fooled at all, staying home, staying in his position, and then creating a deflection for the interception. I think there was 2 really good learning moments right there for Grant Wells. One he got away with. Second one, Knox going to make some really good throws and really good plays. And this is a great App State team, some great speed, great defense. And once again, these are learning moments. When do I need to use the fastball? And when do I need to put a little bit more touch on the football?
Jack Thomas for App State. Complete contrast, a third-year starter. App State on the ground, and this one busts loose. This is Harrington. This is 20. This is 10. Touchdown.
Daedric Harrington.
Daedric Harrington.
And we're going to see, does the knee go down? Yes, right there, knees down, so that's going to get called back. But what a heck of a run, though. Unfortunate that left knee seems to touch the ground right there. Wow, big break for this Marshall defense.
Under further review.
What a huge few inches that is.
Well, we want to talk about a couple plays. All of a sudden, you get an interception, you come out, and a possible 70-yard touchdown. But doesn't take anything for the run. Tremendous run.
This is under review now. Gene Steratore, cut and dry here.
It is cut and dry, but I think from the officiating lens on the play, with bodies around like that and that knee just bouncing so quick, you're safer to allow the play to continue and let replay do what replay's doing with a great camera angle and catch that knee. You don't want to blow that dead and then have that knee not hit. So I think the officials do the right thing in letting that quick little burst go away and play it as live, and replay does a great job. They're going to come back to the 29-yard line.
And that's a great look there of the lens that Gene's talking about, what you're seeing in real time as an official. And both teams have already headed down to the other side of the field. They all know what's coming here.
This game's fast. I mean, certain plays happen so bang, and that knee really did just bounce right off that turf. And he got up running and sold it pretty well, because I'm sure he knew his knee hit the ground, but he didn't hear a whistle. So just keep on running, and we'll figure it out at the end. That's a great thing about replay. These guys, majority of the time, get it right afterwards.
John Clark. Right there. Great job in the truck. That was a 76-yard run had his knee not gone down.
after reviewing the play. The runner's knee is down at the 29-yard line. It'll be second down. Please reset the game clock to 3 minutes, 38 seconds. 3 minutes, 38 seconds.
Harrington had a knee injury in 2018, a foot injury last year. We've seen Cameron Peoples. He missed a bunch of games last year, played just one. We haven't seen Marcus Williams Jr., who is also a terrific running back. They have 3 100-yard type guys.
Yeah, and the coaching staff told us yesterday they feel great with whoever's in there, and it's great. If you're going to be an offense that runs the football as much as App State does, you need to rotate guys in, keep them fresh this entire season.
So second down and 5. Staying on the ground, and this is Peoples who's back in. He's the biggest of the backs for App State. Third down and 2.
You know what I've really enjoyed about this offense here early on in this game is the ability to run the football and then the play action and bootlegs off of it. You're seeing a little bit of hesitation from this defense, not as downhill. You just have to sprinkle in enough, like I said, of the play actions, of the bootlegs to keep these guys honest, to keep a light box for the run game. And right now, third and short, you only see 6 guys in the box, 2 high safeties. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if you do run the football.
Thomas will throw, quick throw, and it's dropped in and out of the hands of Mike Evans. So from wiping out that 76-yard run for a score now, App State going to have to punt.
Yeah, great placement of the football. Wanted his tight end to sit maybe a hair bit sooner right in that zone right there. And that spacing concept with it, which they just ran, you want your guy to find the spot, almost like a zone in a defense in a basketball game. Post up, let me put it on your outside shoulder, catch it, and just go down there and take the first down.
Xavier Savage, the Australian. Keaton, fair catch called for and made. And of course, he's from West Virginia. He said, this program means more to this community than any other in the country. Every time we take the field, we know that we represent all that history and all that it's taken to rebuild the program. At the 37-yard line. Doc grew up not very far from here. He went to the University of West Virginia, coached with Don Nealon, but he knows, and everybody in this area knows, how hard it was to rebuild that program. And boy, did they ever. The great glory years of Chad Pennington and Randy Moss, Byron Leftwich, their success here in Conference USA. Second down and 6. Marshall football. Wells play action. Now he's chased and in trouble. Dumps it, and it's almost intercepted again. And he's fortunate that wasn't his second pick.
All learning moments, but we speaking with App State, what they want to do, they want to bring pressure. That was one of the keys of this football game. Bring pressure, see what happens when Grant Wells has to flush out the pocket. Right there, you just have to learn. Throw the ball away, live to play another day.
When we talk about local kids making good, it's been a while since a Virginia-born quarterback, a West Virginia-born quarterback, has started at Marshall. Mark Zaban was the last to do it 25 years ago. His son Luke is the backup quarterback here at Marshall. And we may see him today. He was born here in Huntington. Contact and incomplete. Garrett Morrell, the tight end, was the intended receiver. There's young Luke Zaban.
That's a great job by Ryan Huff, number 21, the safety, coming down, the slot receiver. And for Grant Wells right now, listen, he had a perfect game last week. Now you just got to come back, breathe, and understand this App State team defensively is a lot better than the team you played last week. And you're not going to be able just to complete every single ball. There's going to be ups and downs, ebb and flow to these games. And we're seeing a Marshall team last week, no punts. We've seen a couple here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Robert Lefevre, a wobbler. That's Hennigan with the fair catch. Makes it at the 29-yard line. This Thursday, experience Season 1 of Star Trek Discovery together on CBS. A special presentation begins Thursday at 10, 9 Central on CBS. And if you want more Star Trek Discovery, all seasons are now streaming only on CBS All Access. Tough to avoid these flags right now. Another one.
After the play is over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, late hit, number 34 of the receiving team. Half the distance to the goal, first down, App State.
And once again, plays over. You know it's a fair catch. We got enough cameras out here. You're not going to get away with anything. There's enough referees out there, too. You're not going to get away with anything. So, yeah, we've seen some really silly penalties early on. I know these guys are juiced up. Rich alluded to at the beginning of the broadcast. 3:30, CBS primetime. These guys are pumped. They're excited. But, hey, listen, just calm down. Play your game. And none of this extra stuff after the whistle.
Thomas, another deep shot. Hennigan comes back. And with one hand, has it. Boy, he was tied up by the corner.
Absolutely love it. One-on-one, play action, take your shot, your best receiver, and look at the body control. I mean, that could have been defensive pass interference right there. Holding, sheds it, pretty much just one arm of the Odell style with the left arm.
Well, they said he had the best hands in the Sun Belt.
You just hand.
Might need one. Make it singular. Midfield. Peoples. And Peoples is stuffed right at the line of scrimmage.
It's been impressive. This team obviously known as a running football team with App State. But the passing game early on, 5 guys with receptions here in the first quarter, really spreading the love out. And the numbers speak for himself. Very accurate, right around 63%. Ton of yards, as eclipsed 5,000 yards for his career. 51 touchdowns, 13 receptions. Just did not turn the ball over. And that pass is a perfect example. Gives his guys an opportunity to go out there and make some plays for himself.
You might want to add 24 and 3 as a starter. Thomas again fires it up the field. And that was incomplete. Jalen Virgil.
That's incomplete.
Stephen Gilmore on the coverage.
What did Tony Pearson tell us yesterday, too, the offensive coordinator for App State? He said, don't sleep on Zach Thomas and his arm strength. You know, guys want to talk about this run game and how he's a manager of the game and doesn't turn the ball over. When push comes to shove, he can make all the throws in the ballpark, and there's complete trust from the coaching staff. Then these type of situations right here, 3rd and 10, that they're going to let him open it up and see what he can do with that arm.
12,500 fans distant with masks in the stadium here in Huntington. 3rd down 10. Thomas with time. Flushed and hit and dropped. Flag down. Flag back in Marshall territory at the 38-yard line.
Great coverage downfield, no one open. It might have been too good of coverage by someone.
T.J. Johnson with the sack. And this Big 12 officiating crew has earned their money here in the first quarter.
Well, at least we've gotten a good test of these new whistles. I've seen no problems with that. I know there's been a lot of complaints about the noise, but I think it's been
There is no foul for defensive holding. 3rd down.
Yeah, this coverage on the back end was absolutely tremendous. 3rd and 10, man-to-man coverage. Quarterback holding the ball for a long time, but you look at the screen, no one's open downfield. They shut him down. Everyone's covered. That's a great job by this Marshall team. Buckling down, especially after the big play, the big pass play to Hennigan 4 plays before.
Talik Keaton at the 11. And Keaton to the 15.
Keaton brings the ball back to the 15.
There is a long line of great quarterbacks at this place. First career starts for Chad Pennington, Byron Leftwich, Rakeem Cato, and Grant Wells last week. Although I will say that Pennington's assignment at West Virginia in '97
A little tougher than Eastern Kentucky?
A little, and Cato had the same assignment.
Yeah, for Wells, I think last week he might have said, like, hey, this college football's not that hard. This is pretty easy. I just go out there, throw it around with my buddies, throw a bunch of touchdowns. I don't have to play the entire game. You see him under pressure here in the first quarter. I want to see if he calms down here as we get ready to start the second.
I want to say that was a Pennington-Mark Bulger matchup at West Virginia in '97. And he'll hold on to it. Wells, who has speed, out to the 31, and that's a first down. 1 second evaporates. First quarter in the books. Sunbelt meets Conference USA. Marshall and App State, 7 apiece. We'll return to Huntington after this message and a word from your local station. Championships for both. App State won 3. Jerry Moore was the coach 3 in a row. And Marshall won 2 titles. Jim Donnan, who coached at your alma mater at Georgia in '92, and Bob Pruitt in '96. That was with the Randy Moss group.
Right now, this App State defense is doing a great job. We saw that first possession of the game. Brendan Knox go right down the field. This offense line dominate. He was running loose, got the touchdown, and then since then they've been shutting it down. And Xavier Gaines has been a little bit quiet. I want to see them get the tight end involved a little bit more.
Wells pulls it. He's had 1 interception and 2 near interceptions.
Well, things aren't always easy in college football. He has a rocket arm. Sometimes he needs to kind of take a little bit mustard. Trying to force the ball. Sometimes an incompletion thrown out of bounds is going to be the best thing, but he's a guy that you talk to the coaching staff, you talk to players on the team. He's a hard worker. He's humble. He grinds away. And he's someone who's extremely focused. So I'm sure he's going to put those mistakes in the first quarter behind him and get ready to finish this game off.
Faced with a 3rd down and 8 in his own 33.
Gaines down here, bottom of your screen.
4-man rush, little slant there. It's broken up. Shamar Jean-Charles, the senior corner. And they have 2 really good corners at App State.
And you love this matchup. You got a bigger body on a slant route against a smaller body corner. But great job right there by Shamar Jean-Charles. Getting in there, knocking it away. But for Gaines, that's a play I expect him to make. He can use his body to be able to reel that in there. Tough catch, not easy. Be able to box it a smaller defender out to make the play.
Gene Charles and Sean Jolly, the 2 corners for App State. 2 of the top corners. 1987. He was also an assistant coach. I mean, he threw for 4,500 yards, Aaron Murray, and 35
touchdowns
in a year. And as the offensive coordinator and quarterback coach, he coached a couple guys that were pretty darn good. And Chad Pennington and Byron Leftwich. Both of those guys are still close to the program, as is Randy Moss, who also keeps in contact with the program. 2nd down, 8. Thomas flushed. Slides. And at the 25, let's see where they mark it. Actually, the slides start at the 24, so he's well short. 3rd down, 7.
Well, going back to Tony Pearson, when he was hired to become the OC, I love his mentality. He came into a program, very successful program, ran the ball really well, and he pretty much said, hey, I'm going to learn the offense. I'm not going to come in here and try to make you guys learn a new system, new terminology, and said, I'll learn the terminology and make sure we keep this ball rolling. He knew he had an experienced quarterback, an experienced offensive line, and great running backs. It ain't broke, don't fix it.
3rd down, 7. Thomas over the middle, caught there. That's Virgil, and he's got the first down. Just a quick hit. They've taken some deep shots, missed on one, and hit another.
That's just great recognition. Seeing the open space in the defense. You're going to see the blitzing linebackers on the outside. What do you do with the blitz? You throw into it. That Sam Mike blitz off the edge. Run a quick slant. Safety doesn't come down fast enough. It's an easy completion for a first down.
Last week, Sean Clark, in his first game as a head coach, his headset went out because of the rain. Harrington trying to get outside, not doing. Good support. Gilmore coming up. The junior out of Rock Hill, South Carolina.
And we've seen some great tackling from guys in the back end. Some of these corners not afraid to get their nose dirty. Understand they're facing two running teams, that they're going to have to make some tackles and also play some great coverage on the back end.
Second down, 8. Thomas pulls it and fires it outside. Crosby with the catch, and Crosby is across the 45, around the 47. That's a first down, and App State gets closer to midfield.
And that's just an extension of the run play. If you want to load the box and be heavy against the run, this is what we call the RPO. It's been said a million times over the past few years. Run pass option. You see the defensive end crash. The quarterback gets the opportunity to pull it and also run it or throw it to the tight end in the flat. Great read, great execution for the first down.
From the 47, Harrington. And Harrington inside Marshall territory to the 45-yard line. That offensive line working hard.
It goes back to the play calling. It just, with the misdirections, the zone reads, the inside, the outside, the RPOs, the play action. I think right now Tony Pearson's doing a great job calling this game and really keeping that Marshall defense kind of on their heels a little bit. They're not sure. They know the run's coming, but they also, like I said, they got to be prepared for a tight end in the flat. They got to be prepared for some shots on the field, which we've seen so far.
And that offense in the hands of a 3-year starter who can throw it is dangerous. Good support. Harrington is short of the first down. That was Tavante Beckett. We talked about him, the senior linebacker.
And we saw the speed right there, the ability to recognize the play, see the outside zone, shoot the gap, and make the tackle to make this a third and short. This is definitely 4-down territory. I'd expect one of those zone reads, maybe RPOs where you see the tight end maybe flash in the flat as a third option.
Third down, 1. Flag is down. Thomas still has it. Whistle blows it dead.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 74. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Anderson Hardy, a reserve on the offensive line. And it obviously changes the play call here.
Well, he looked up and saw Darius Hodge right across from him, the stud defensive end for Marshall. Want to get a quick start. I still think if you're able to get about 5 yards here, you're going to go for it on fourth down. So this is what it pays to have a veteran quarterback in Zach Thomas to understand, listen, I don't have to get all 7 yards. If I get 4 or 5 with a check down, most likely we'll go for it on fourth.
They're down at 6. Blitz flushes him right, and he's swallowed up back at the 46-yard line. In a big sequence, Darius Hodge first to get there. App State's going to have to punt.
I want you to focus on Beckett once again. Look at the speed to disrupt this play. Right now, look at that acceleration. Zach Thomas thought he was going to be able to get the edge, get outside the pocket, and all of a sudden, big old mean number 4 comes running around the corner. Great job, great series behind a couple big plays.
Keaton, fair catch called for and made right at the 20. This game started out with a bang. First possession, long drives, 2 touchdowns. The defenses have settled in, 7 apiece in Huntington. They are the defending national champs, but how is LSU defending against COVID? Plus, are mail-in ballots safe? 60 Minutes season premiere tomorrow on CBS. Rich Waltz along with Aaron Murray. First 4 possessions. First possession good, lots of yards on the second, but the pick ended it. Since then, not a whole lot.
Hey, Grant Wells 2 for 3 to start, 0 for 4 since with that interception you just brought up.
Well, see if the young kid can collect himself. He throws that one right on the money. Shadid Ahmed makes the catch, and that's a 12-yard pickup. And let's see if he can get some confidence back.
That's just a nice, easy read right there. You see the off coverage. You give a little play action. Get the linebackers to light up a little bit. And then just a full quick hitch, quick release. See if he can get some rhythm now that he's got a completion.
What were you like in your second start as a college quarterback?
A complete head case.
Knox right side, and he's going to get to the 36-yard line. That's a gain of maybe 5. A head case in what way?
No, I was good. I don't know. If you asked me, I thought I was fine, but I'm sure if you ask Coach Bobo, who's now the offensive coordinator for South Carolina, he would say I was a head case, but I thought I was pretty good. Just got to stay calm. Let your big guys do the work for you.
Knox breaks through and to the 48-yard line. That's a first down. This is what Marshall looked like in their first 2 drives. A lot of Brendan Knox and some good throws from Wells.
Once again, we haven't talked about the offensive line a few possessions, but great job by these guys. Just a simple zone. You see them get up to the second level.
He's hooked up with Brock Thompson just once. Thompson caught 5 balls last week, and those 2 were roommates their freshman year, so they're tight. Ahmed in motion, and flags go down.
False start, number 78. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
I'm a little bit surprised so far in this first half with the amount of penalties we've seen from both teams. Both senior-led, a lot of great leadership, great coaching. And this is the second game. I mean, we didn't see a lot of this in the first game last week or 2 weeks ago from Marshall. Very clean, very disciplined.
App State shows blitz. Knocks left side. A gain of maybe 4.
We have not seen from this Marshall offense, which we saw in their first game, with some shots down the field. I mean, we talk about the speed of Willie Johnson, Brock Thompson, Talik Keehan. Obviously, you got Xavier Gaines at the tight end. All these guys are 4'4", 4'5" guys that the goal was get them matched up with some of these safeties in this cover 4 defense and take some shots down the field.
And Gaines is another guy that we were told is going to get some touches. Wells rolling, in trouble, and it's incomplete. Trey Cobb was gaining ground quickly.
It's the second time I've seen him do that, where he's feeling pressure and Grant Wells and tries to fit a ball. Sometimes you gotta weigh the pros and cons. Is it worth a 1-yard completion to throw it in that type of coverage? Throw it out of bounds, get the ball in my hands, and also take a hit off yourself. Just little things that he's going to learn after this game when he goes back and watches the film.
As you saw, just 3 of 9 right now. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey, man, back there. Run!
Knox. He needs 11, and he's got it, and more. And he's out of bounds inside the 40.
That's a great play call by Tim Cramsey. You want to play cover 2 and expect the pass. You got a light box. You got a running back who's had a great first half. Hand it off, get the first down, continue this thing.
That's a major league stiff arm there. That's a good linebacker, DeMarco Jackson, that he just peeled off of him. At the 39. Wells on a draw. Knox again to the left side. No stiff arm will help him here. He's going to lose a yard. Caleb Sperlin in pursuit.
Great job by Ryan up the safety to come in and fill. This is a spot on the field for Marshall. Possibly see some shots. Second down around the 40-yard line. You got some safeties who are getting involved in the run game. See if you get a little play action at some point and take a shot over the top.
Well, there's Gaines, and he hasn't touched it. And remember, he can throw it. He's been a quarterback as well. Well, Gaines finally gets a touch. And he is wiped out. Nicholas Ross from his safety spot.
And this defense is well aware we have to stop Gaines, and we're going to keep our eye on him. They're just trying to find a way to get him involved, maybe get his juices going with just a quick, somewhat tight end screen to the right. You see the 2 blocking receivers on the outside, but sniffed out by this defense. And right now for Marshall, once again, this is not an opportunity you have to go for it. to get the first down, get 4 or 5 yards on the check down or run it, and then go for it on 4th down from there.
3rd down 9. Evans in the backfield. He'll get it on a swing pass to the 35. Blistered there by Trey Cobb.
And that's perfect right there. You take the check down, you see the coverage drop, and now you're in a 4th and manageable situation that they're going to go for. Great job. Now that's the maturity and learning that you want to see from a young quarterback. Understanding the situation, understanding, hey, we talked about this before the game started. If we get to the situation where it's 4th and medium around the 30-yard line of 25, we're going to go for it.
Marshall has a young kicker whose range is only about 45 yards. So that's not an option. 4th and 3. Wells with time, swings it out. Evans again, race for the sticks, and he holds on, breaks a tackle. Flag comes down, has the first down. Not necessarily in that order.
After the play is over, personal foul, late hit out of bounds, number 8. Defense, half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
So once again, great job by Grant Wells getting through his read, finding his back, and then the little tippy toe to stay in bounds and then get the penalty afterwards.
That's a tough call. I mean, that's right on the line.
He's out. He's out. You can tell though as a defender, he's going out of bounds. There's no more yards to gain. Play it safe, I would say, as a defender nowadays.
From the 12, Evans still in there. Sheldon Evans, the junior out of Roswell, Georgia. To the 12, gain of a yard. From the start of things, you thought this was going to be a high-scoring game. Both teams went length of the field, scored with their first possession.
Gaines lined up in the slot. He's going to be a tight end. He's a receiver body, too. He's going to be matched up one with a safety.
Wells for the corner. Oh, almost caught.
Wells pass incomplete intended for Brock Thompson.
And that's his guy. That's his former roommate, Brock Thompson.
Sean Jolly on the outside. Great coverage. And these corners are good, but beautiful throw. I mean, put it only where his receiver could catch it back in the end zone. You got to be able to make that play. These guys are too talented on the outside. And he knows it.
The deflection by the corner wasn't enough to disrupt that play?
I think that these guys, they take it on themselves. They pride themselves on making those tough catches. They understand their quarterback's going to put it up there and see if they can win those 50-50 balls. I think they touch your hands like that, you're going to be able to reel it in.
3rd down and 9.
It's going to be really interesting. How much do you trust your young quarterback? It's been an up and down first half, 3rd and long situation in the red zone. Windows are tighter. Do you just feel good taking maybe 3 points here, run the football, and see if you can get another first round on the ground?
Sheldon Evans, the running back. Wells, plenty of time. Man there, and it's broken up. Gene Charles closing just in time to break it up for App State.
Yeah, that's just a bad throw by Grant Wells. He had his receiver wide open, Willie Johnson. Beautiful play design. He's coming all the way from the right side angle route to the back pylon all the way on the left. And just a little bit late, a little bit behind, allowed the cornerback to come out there and get a big old paw on it to knock it down. As a missed opportunity right there to put 6 points on the board.
Only his 2nd career field goal attempt. The first was last week. He hit it. It was from 23 yards. This from 29. The lefty, Tucci, right down the middle. So a long drive for Marshall. A lot of good things happened. A lot of 3rd down State out of the Sun Belt. Down by 3 now. 10-7, Marshall on top. You know, the Sun Belt has never had a New Year's 6 bowl game appearance from the group of 5. But many feel this might be the team that could do it, or that Louisiana team. And this might be the year for it as well. to the 25. Duck reappears with the answer. Last CBS game for Marshall. Matthew McConaughey was not involved in this. 1993, the 1AA championship game against Youngstown State. They lost 17-5. The Penguins of Youngstown State.
Right now with App State, 3 timeouts to go. Obviously the ball will stop, the clock will stop on first down. So 2 minutes and 22 seconds is a long time. This is when you love the fact that you have a veteran quarterback that knows how to take care of the football.
Quick option pitch up to the sideline. Cameron Peoples with a sizable gain of about 8 yards. And let's see if this third-year starter, a guy who's 24-3 as a starter, can put some points on the board before halftime.
And get the little double dip, score before halftime, get the ball back second half.
It's like an NBA 2-for-1, right? That's a first down. Clock stops. They'll move the chains. App State has all their timeouts left.
And for Marshall right now, you have to realize, too, with the amount of time plus timeouts, this is not a have-to-pass situation for this offense. So you got to stay alive if you're the front 7, including these safeties.
Now, you see that number. That's impressive. They had some big wins last year. They won at South Carolina and at North Carolina. An SEC win and an ACC road win. Flag down. Stephen Gilmore was all over Thomas Hennigan.
And for 3, defense, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
And Stephen Gilmore is the best covered corner for this Marshall defense, but you know, this is what the trust right there between Thomas and Hennigan, and he knew it. You throw it up, and there's a good chance he's going to make a catch, or you're going to get a PI. That's just a lot of work with those two over the past few years, building that relationship and trust to know that, hey, if I throw her up there, like I said, you're going to catch it, it's going to PI, and you're not going to allow that guy to make a play on the ball.
Brings it to the 47. Harrington straight ahead. It's only 3 yards to the 45. Now, App State has a lot more range in their kicker. Chandler Staten has a 53-yarder on his resume, and that's about the length of his range. Need a few more yards before you get there. That's over the head of Williams. Flag down at the line of scrimmage.
Illegal motion, number 16. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Chandler Staten, the senior, Gainesville, Georgia. That 53-yarder was as a freshman, so that was a while ago. Midfield, 2nd and 13. Blitz comes, time for Thomas. Another flag. Gilmore and Hennigan again.
Pass interference, number 3. Defense, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
Once again, they're going to get almost a cover 0 blitz, and they're just leaving their corners on an island out there. Stephen Gilmore, undersized, going against Thomas Hennigan. And Zach Thomas knows it. I'm just going to take my shots. You're going to play cover 0 and leave my guy one-on-one in a 3-by-1 formation.
So that's twice on this drive for Gilmore. Do you go after him again on this drive?
Well, if I'm Marshall, I'm going to put a safety over the top. I mean, obviously that matchup is something that App State's going to continue to go after. If they see one-on-one, throw it up. So you need to put a safety over the top for some kind of support to help your corner out.
Hit first downs by penalty, as you saw. Still a ton of time in this first half. A minute left. App State still has all of their timeouts.
Now they move Jalen McLean-Sapp over there. See if that matchup works out a little bit better for this defense.
Gilmore at the near side. Thomas tucks it. Slides. And they're going to use a timeout. App State calls one. A second down and about 8.
Light box with 4 defensive linemen and only a couple linebackers and still 2 timeouts to go. Don't be surprised if App State does run the ball maybe a couple more times here with plenty of time on the clock. And like I said, with those 2 timeouts still left to go.
And it's Gilmore and Hennigan, bottom of your screen.
A little cover 0 blitz.
Here they come. Quick throw to the flats, and it's incomplete. Malik Williams, the intended receiver, 3rd and 9.
See if Marshall wants to ramp it up again or play coverage. Great time to call cover 0 on that last one. You saw the safeties creeping down. Zach Thomas had to get the ball off his hands. Right now, we'll see. Do they trust their corners one-on-one? And you see the corners actually change the positions there. Jalen McLean-Sapp coming over to guard Thomas Hennigan on the outside.
Thomas on 3rd and 9. Fires to the sideline. Oh, it's Gilmore! How about that? He redeems himself with a pick.
He says, hey, thanks, buddy, for changing sides with me. He's like, a nice little INT. That's just a late throw by Zach Thomas. You can't be late throwing balls to the outside. And Stephen Gilmore made up for those 2 pass interference. It's a great catch. 3 feet in, plenty of time. That's how you redeem yourself right there. But once again, just a tad bit too late by Zach Thomas. You got to hit that back step and let it rip. Keep it outside. Only your guy has an opportunity to catch it.
How good does that feel if you're Stephen Gilmore?
I know, because you don't feel good walking to the sidelines. If Marshall had been able to score after those couple penalties, now you walk up, your chest a little puffed out. You feel pretty good. And it's great momentum for this team heading into halftime.
App State still has 2 timeouts. And that's Knox. I don't think either team's going to use a timeout here.
Yeah, and I like this for Marshall. I could see if you had a lot of faith in your kicker to kick a 50-plus yarder, maybe with those timeouts. But the fact that the range is limited, you have a freshman quarterback. You got the lead right now at 10-7. You got a big turnover. Let's take it in the half, feeling pretty good about ourselves.
And under Doc Holliday, when the Thundering Herd leads at the half, that's impressive. 93%. Great offense to start. The defense is toughened up. And at the half in Huntington, the power of the Sun Belt. App State will touch it. Jalen Virgil up and over the 20, lands at the 25. And that's where the Mountaineers will start the second half.
I want to see that speed. He's back there on the kickoff return, but Virgil has that track speed. We saw him on a jet sweep early on in this football game, but can you find ways to get him involved?
Well, this is a stark contrast to last week. In that game against Charlotte, over 300 yards rushing in the first half, 141. And Marshall's defense talked about needing to stop the run. This is a run-first App State team with a terrific quarterback in Zach Thomas. Little play action, dumps it off, and that's Mike Evans, his tight end. Evans has a nice gain of about 11. Remember, they're without Henry Pearson, their starting tight end, who's not available. Pearson, the junior, had 2 catches last week.
And Marcus Williams has not been in this ball game either. He's the guy last week, 117 yards on the ground, 1 touchdown. Really good week 1. Got a little bit banged up there towards the end of the football game. We have not seen him as one of the 3-headed monsters of this running back room.
Flag down, and so is Datrick Harrington. He's shared the load with Cameron Peoples in the backfield for App State. 14 total penalties in the first half. Michael Vanderbilt and this Big 12 crew.
Holding number 92, defense, 10-yard penalty, results in a first down.
They've been busy, and this is going to be a nice penalty for App State, backing Marshall up close to midfield.
I want to see these teams just play a little bit cleaner football. This is week 2. This isn't week 1. I know it's been a unique offseason with practices and everything like that. So at times it could be sloppy, but I would expect a little bit more improvement from week 1 to week 2 when it comes to penalties.
Play action. Thomas finds a man. Williams on a slide. Did he get it? No. One official says yes. 2 others say no. Decide, Judge.
The ruling has been overturned to an incomplete pass. It'll be second down.
Thank you for that. Side Judge had as the catch. The other 2 back officials said no catch.
And that's a throw, Zach Thomas. When you watch the film, you turn the tape, that was one of his better throws that he makes. Those slot routes that break about 5 to 10 yards. Throws it on time and accurately. Had a bunch of those in the first game last week. It's a little bit tougher going to the left. The key is to get that left hip open, so you have to move your right foot to the right to be able to clear it, to be able to drive through the throw and throw it towards the sideline.
Remember that deep shot he took in the first half, just off the fingertips in the end zone of Malik Williams. Second down 10. On the ground. Good penetration. Terrific play there by Derek Pitch, the strong safety.
And you see the first half possessions. Great job in the first one. 5 minutes, get the touchdown. And unfortunate with that 2-minute drive to finish the half. We're moving the ball down the field, taking some shots with Hennigan, got some defensive pass interferences, and then just a late throw and an out route, which caused the interception.
This now third down and 10.
You can see right now safety support over top of Hennigan. They're not going to let him beat him on third down.
4-man rush to the sideline and incomplete. Guess who again? Stephen Gilmore and Jalen Virgil this time matched up.
Look at the support up top and the respect that Hennigan's getting. They're saying, hey, listen, you're not going to beat us anymore. We're going to put an extra corner plus a safety over top, and you better go somewhere else if you want to complete some passes the rest of this game.
How much of the inability to throw the ball is the fact that Marshall is stuffing the run right now? To the 7.
We're going back to that. I think App State's thrown the ball well in this football game. I mean, it's just been Hennigan, obviously, with the big plays. They've gotten the tight ends involved with some of those flat routes off the RPOs. But they do have to find some other receivers that go out there and make some plays.
It's been a long time since they've won against a top 25 team in the FBS. 17 straight losses. Kansas State was number 6 when Marshall went into Manhattan and won in 2003. App State is number 23 in the country. Good job on the special teams. Keaton landed right at the 7, and it's 1st and 10 there. Marshall's first possession, second half. Brendan Knox back to the line of scrimmage. And now you want App State's defense to stiffen up. Almost 200 total yards for Marshall in the first half.
And same thing for them. Great first drive right there. One blemish, the big interception there in the second one, and then great drive to finish it off with the field goal towards the end of that first half to take this lead. I just want to see Grant Wells. We're really excited about watching him. Some ups, some downs. Does he go into halftime, clear his mind, and get ready for a second half?
Second down 10 from his end zone. He's got a big arm, and he overshoots everyone. Incomplete. That's his former roommate, Brock Thompson. Been trying to get him the ball all day, and he's only been able to get it to him once.
Well, it's a great job by the defense right there. Slight play action. You saw some double moves by both the X and Z receivers on the outside. Neither corner bit. I mean, they watched the film from last week. They saw the shots that Marshall was taking. I was just expecting some more shots from the slot receivers. I thought the big matchup, you're talking to Marshall coaches, was going to be the tight end and slot receivers on these linebackers and safeties, taking more shots over the middle of the field. We haven't seen much of that in this ballgame.
Third down 10. Draw to Knox. And Knox busts loose. Well, how about that? He's right at the 20. He's got the first down. Anytime you can pick up a third down and 10 from that spot,
right side of the offensive line just does a great job. You're thinking 3rd and long defense. You see the safeties a little bit hesitant to fill. Great job. It's the second time we've seen a 3rd and long executed on the run today.
See if they can get Knox in rhythm here. Trey Cobb, the first to hit him for App State. And he's forward to the 23-yard line. It's a gain of a couple.
It's a good feeling if you're an offensive coordinator, knowing, once again, the maturity and the execution from your offensive line, that even in a 3rd and long situation where not great to throw the football when you're playing a 2-deep defense, that you can run it and be able to execute well enough to get the first down.
Second down, 7. Wells fires in a crowd. And incomplete. That's Xavier Gaines. That's another weapon they've been unable to tap into.
He had the one reception on a tight end flat route, sort of like a screen to the outside, just a little gimme dump pass. Other than that, been really non-existent.
Tim Cramsey, the offensive coordinator, in there. What did he say yesterday? You know, if we could show them enough eye candy with our running game, we could hit some deep balls. Hey, Brendan Knox is not eye candy. This is a guy who has 11 100-yard games in his career.
I still love the matchup right now with the tight end Gaines. No safety in the middle of the field. He's going to be matched up one-on-one with a linebacker. Gaines had a vertical route. Could have been a big play. Took the first down. Smart decision. Possible another play you come back to eventually.
4-receiver look. 1st and 10. Knox again. Trey Cobb's been in the middle of everything. He got some help from DeMarco Jackson.
It's just a great feeling for an offense to get out of your own end zone. I mean, App State moves the ball a little bit. Great punt. Get him inside the 10-yard line. And your first goal is let's just get one first down. Give our punter some breathing room to be able to knock it hopefully past the 50. But get a couple big first downs. Move the chain. Get some rhythm. Now you get the momentum on your side offensively.
Touch pass there. And Talik Keaton going nowhere. 3rd down. Now, App State told us they wanted to put pressure on the freshman quarterback and see how he handles it. Have they done enough of that?
Not a ton, but I mean, we've seen these 3rd and long situations that have been more of a blitz type situation that they've actually been running the football. So I want to see right now the fact that you've given up 2 long 3rd downs. Conversions to the run. Do you get a little bit more aggressive? You're starting to see the safeties in the box. You had 7 guys in there. You're going to get some one-on-one coverage on the outside.
Blitz comes. Wells stands in. Fires behind. Flag down. Yeah, Shamar Jean Charles had a hold of Willie Johnson.
That's an easy one right there. Great route by Willie Johnson. Going to come inside, then break back out. A little bit too grabby by the defense.
Pass interference, number 8. Defense. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul, and it's an automatic first down.
Matchup at the bottom of your screen. Yep. Pull with the left arm. But that's what happens when you run the ball effectively on 3rd down. All of a sudden, you're going to get man-to-man coverage. You're going to put an extra safety in the box to stop the run. And then with the speed and quickness of a guy like Willie Johnson, it's tough to cover that guy over the field.
From the 45. Knox again. Boy, he's tough. He's from Columbus, Ohio, so you know he played in a high level in high school. Just a junior.
Well, he's a complete running back. We've seen the strength. We've seen the speed, the quickness, the vision. See right there, already 150 yards allowed on the ground today. Only 146 allowed last week. You're going against a better run team and a better offensive line. But still, to be 9 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter to have 150 yards is pretty good.
Incomplete. Sean Jolly, who some say may be the best defender in the group of 5, jumped that route and almost had a pick six.
Well, that's on Woodyard, number 0. You see him right there. Obviously not the intended receiver, but he's in charge of blocking the cornerback right there. I mean, that's one you better, in the film room, be careful, because if you let your buddy get blown up with a tackle in the backfield like that, you're going to create some enemies. So you got to do a better job in that RPO bubble game.
Another third down. Blitz comes from the corner. Quick throw. And it's dropped. Flat out dropped by Corey Gamage. And he was there for the first down had he held it.
I think you have the punt there. It's a great throw. I love the quickness with the quick game.
Now he's looking from the sun into the shadows, and that's kind of what he sees. Not to make it.
You should see the ball coming at your face through the sun and be able to see, I don't know, catch the ball. It was right in his face mask. Beautiful throw. Great job, like I said, getting the ball in his hand nice and quick. It's a missed opportunity here for that Marshall offense.
Spoken like a quarterback. Inside the 15. Let's see where they mark it. And App State's offense gets another shot here. But they're backed up at their own. Season nears the home stretch. Stephen Colbert will guide you through the latest madness. A new late show Monday on CBS.
Well, Thomas Hennigan's been the matchup we've seen for this team on the offensive side of the football when they want to pass the football. Just big, 6'1", 210, very physical, knows how to be able to use his body to box guys out, cause the pass interferences. You see him has the speed to step on toes as well. Actually made Marshall switch cornerbacks and even put a safety over top with support.
5 catches, 120 yards last week. Again, deep in their own territory. Thomas keeps it, rolls, cuts back. He's going to lose a couple yards at the 10-yard line. Devontae Beckett in pursuit.
That's a great job defensively right there. They've been hit on that play a few times. Stayed home on the defensive end.
Great start for both teams. They scored in their first possession. And a Marshall field goal, the only other score. Just outside the 10. Two of the better programs in the group of 5. App State out of the Sun Belt. Marshall out of Conference USA to the 12, and this is a third down and long.
I mean, if you're J.C. Price, defensive coordinator for Marshall, I mean, you have to love the way your defense has come out today and executed against the run. Obviously had the big shutout in week 1. Love the way they played. Had to take their game up another notch going against this App State offense, and they have answered the bell this entire football game. Over and over again, we've seen these third and long situations because they're doing a great job up front, stuffing the run.
Malik Williams moves into the slot. Marshall brings 3. Thomas over the middle, deflected, intercepted. Flag is down. McClain Sapp did it all. He made the deflection. He made the interception. He may have interfered before all of that.
And he didn't have to. I mean, there was no need. He was in great position right there to defend this play. And just got a little too handsy.
Pass interference, number 7. Defense. Ball be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
Matchup. Let's watch it. He's in position. Look at the coverage. Great coverage all over the field. He's on him. Way too much hands there at the top of the route, though.
The sounds you hear are real boos. This is not piped in.
The fans have been great. I'll tell you what, it looks good. It looks better than I anticipated with how they spaced it out. A lot of green out there. A lot of fans excited for football. It's good to see.
And they did that with local and state health officials. 12,000 in a stadium that seats 40,000. There's Hennigan, another target for him. He's close to a first down.
And it's so many of these past few targets to Hennigan have been go ball, go ball, go ball. So what do? You run a comeback, a little short 12 yards back to the quarterback. Easy completion. Those corners are a little scared right now of getting beat over the top.
Hennigan 6'1", 210. Greensboro, North Carolina. Second less than a yard. Staples. First down, 34-yard line. You know, the transition from Eli Drinkwitz to Sean Clark was pretty seamless. Clark was on the staff, offensive coordinator, all that. But for Zach Thomas, and he's a 3-year starter. He's had 3 different head coaches and 3 different offensive coordinators.
Going back earlier, the good thing with at least Tony Pearson coming in, he kept the terminology the same. He kept the playbook the same. So you're not having to learn an entirely new system. Just a new play caller and kind of what he wants to do.
Thomas flushed, sideline, fires it, incomplete. And you can hear the App State sideline pleading for a late hit. There's Peterson on the right.
Yeah, I love it. They talk about, I mean, even this running game is not obviously as effective as it was last week. I mean, the 3 running backs combined for 279 yards in week 1. But they're not going to give up on the run. This team understands that they know their bread and butter is the offensive line, their 3 running backs. And then when they need it, they're going to take some shots with Hennigan. But run, and hope eventually one of these things are just going to bust.
We're on the right side. It's Christian Wells. And Wells to the 38-yard line.
Zach Crosby got away with a little bit of a hold here. Number 85 on 7, Jalen McClain. You see right there throwing it to the ground.
3rd down, 6.
You see, what does Marshall do? Hennigan's on the bottom of your screen. And you see you got corner and safety over here as support. This is going to leave some one-on-one matchup for some other guys. And you got a light box, only 5 defenders in the box.
Swings it out. Play Gilmore again. 2 pass interference calls on that last drive, then the pick, and now this.
And you get 3rd and long situation. A couple times we've seen this drop 8 coverage. Yeah, he just needed the confidence. I mean, he wasn't feeling too good after those couple PIs at the end of the first half. Get the INT, come out. That's a great stop right there. Great tackle coming up on the running back.
Sabach to punt it. Kind of a rugby-style kicker out of Australia. Keaton with a fair catch right at the 20-yard line. In Huntington, Marshall, Appalachian State, still a 3-point ball game. 23 Appalachian State. A 1-room schoolhouse here on the Marshall campus. 1 room. Grant Wells, redshirt freshman, just his 2nd career start.
Yeah, let's not forget that 2nd career start. It's super talented, and he still has a lot of ball game to go out there and do his thing here versus App State. But definitely a little bit of a knocker to reality after his first game last week, which was just absolutely tremendous. This kid has a super bright future, and I'm rooting for him to have a great second half right here and finish this game off strong to see what he can do if he can settle in.
Now, he grew up in Charleston. There's a deep shot, and there's Gaines. Gaines at the 30. Cuts back. Caught from behind at the 12. Finally, they get it to the X-Men.
That's what I'm talking about. You take a shot down the middle. This is the matchup we've been wanting. One-on-one, tight end on safeties. You get a little bit of a scissors route, so you got a corner, and he's coming in on the post route. He's such a matchup nightmare. You got a lot going on at the safety, like I said, with the corner route and the post route as well. You got to choose one of them. You didn't choose right. Gaines down the middle of the field for the big gain. That's got to make the confidence they need. Look at Wells feeling good. There's a little pep in the step that we like to see.
Now, Gaines still maintains that he's the best quarterback on campus still. He was a terrific quarterback in Florida. He's also played running back. He's also played wide receiver. He's played quarterback here, and now he's a tight end, and the crowd's getting into it. A lot of emotion on this Marshall sideline. 67 yards. And the Wells to Gaines. Hook up. It's Wells, and he scores.
by the young man. Big throw down the middle to his big-time tight end. And then a perfect three to defensive end. Comes down. You got Devin Miller. You see on the lead block coming from the opposite side. And, sir, you can walk in for a nice touchdown. That'll give you some confidence right there.
Good ball skills. Good play fake. 79 yards. 67 on the throw from Wells to Gaines. Good shot in the arm for the young quarterback. Shane Chucci for the point. And Marshall finally hits a big one. Redshirt freshman with the big throw to Gaines. He's perked up his numbers. And he built the lead now to 10. I showed you that number earlier. Doc Holliday in his 11 years, when he gets the lead and has it at halftime, he rarely loses. So at 93% of his games when he leads at the half. Virgil at the 1. Actually, it's Malik Williams, and he's caught from behind and dropped. Josh Bowers on the special team.
You're going to have a scissors route. So you got corner, post route, and I want you to watch the safety. Has to make a decision. Who am I going to take? He takes the corner, middle of the field's wide open, beautiful throw. And this is what we saw in week 1 for versus Marshall. 2 high safeties, executing with post routes over the middle with some big plays for both their receiver and their tight ends. That's a big one to Gaines right there to really spring this offense open for a nice touchdown and get this thing to 17-7.
All right, let's flip the script. How does App State get going here?
Then they got to continue to run the football, try to get some play action off of it.
There's the play action, and that's incomplete. Jalen McClain sat in coverage on Christian Wells. 2nd and 10.
Someone else needs to make a play. You know, you see the graphic, there's 0 points since that first possession. The run game, they're going to stay committed to it. Plenty of time left in this ball game. You still got all the fourth quarter, a little bit left of the third. Don't go away from the run game, but you need someone else besides Hennigan to show up and start making some plays, whether it's Malik Williams or Jalen Virgil.
You see that road win streak, 8 straight for App State. And as I noted, there's some good wins last year. At South Carolina, at North Carolina. And 3rd down and 5.
This is a big 3rd down. A lot of momentum right now. You feel the energy in the stadium. Marshall's feeling pretty good, both offensively. Obviously, the defense is absolutely dominated. A lot of drop 8 coverage. That last possession, only 3 rushes. Look like they're going to be doing that possibly again right now.
Only 3 coming. Thomas to the sideline. Man open. Caught there. Williams secures it. Has the first down at the 35-yard line.
And that's the issue. If you want to rush 3, look at all the time. 1 hitch, 2 hitch. Delivered. Beautiful ball. And that's what we're talking about. Someone showing up besides Thomas Hennigan. Malik Williams. Great route. Creates some separation on the wheel. Got open for his quarterback. And that's a big first down.
Remember, App State sets up the pass with the run, and they've not been able to run today.
But some things have set up. The pass has set up a little bit off. They've executed a little bit on some of these tight end flat routes. And obviously they've executed on some play action passes, deep throws to Hennigan on the outside. But you know, all focus is going to be on number 5. So these other receivers are going to have to continue to make some plays for the remainder of this game.
Hennigan bottom of the screen. Thomas looks his way, flushed, scrambles now, and slides nicely the 40-yard line, well short of the first down, third down, and about 5.
It's something we haven't seen as much in this ball game because he is an athletic quarterback. He has the ability to pull it down and run. But, man, did you see Beckett right there, number 4, the linebacker? We talk about the speed. He closes fast. It's the second time that Zach Thomas has decided to run, and all of a sudden, number 4 comes screaming around the edge, forcing him to slide a little bit earlier than maybe he thought.
That will quicken anybody's slide.
Oh, 100%. Once again, you're seeing maybe a drop 8. If I'm Marshall, I may try to bring a little bit of pressure, make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
This time they do bring 4. Quick slant, contact. Gilmore, no flags.
Pass incomplete. Thomas.
Gotta feel good for Gilmore. Coming back playing better. Yeah, I don't see any flags there. We'll see where that left arm is. No, that's a clean play. Great job getting the right hand in there to knock it down. And he could be a little bit more aggressive there. They played cover 2. You saw the safety over the top. Allow him to sit on that slant route and be able to get in there and break it up.
Sabach. Pinned on the sideline and knocked out of bounds. Redshirt freshman hit it.
Not get touched. 7-0 the score there. Rich and Aaron, back to you in Huntington.
All right, Adam, thank you. 17-7 here. Thundering Herd on top at home. Number 23, Appalachian State behind. Grant Wells, the redshirt freshman.
Yeah, a little bit of growing pains early, going against a better defense this week. Trying to force too many balls early on, but starting to settle down a little bit. You see the arm strength, the accuracy, allowing his tight end to catch it and continue to run for the big play. And then the smart job with the read, seeing the defensive end crash, and then the walk-in. We'll see if he can carry that momentum that was created on that last drive here for the rest of the ballgame.
From their own 23, Sheldon Evans. They would like to get him some more carries this year. Brendan Knox obviously is the feature attraction. Knox has 123 yards. Wells now with 33 yards himself.
And Sheldon's had some big catches coming out of the backfield too. Got a big third down conversion there in the first half. So it's good to have 2 backs, especially guys that are elusive out of the backfield. Great hands. It's going to be beneficial as we see on third down.
Second down, 9. Wells zips one, and it's incomplete. It was Brock Thompson, the intended receiver. And so third down and 9. Marshall's had a lot of third down and 9s. They've converted a bunch lately.
And running the ball, too. So this is going to be interesting for App State defensively. Just knowing that Marshall's not afraid to run the ball in this situation right now. Do you put a safety in the box, one high, and then force your DBs on the backside to play a little bit more man-to-man defense?
Marshall 5 of 10 on third down. And the 24. Evans straight ahead, spins. But he's going to be short of the first down, and App State should get the football back.
Went to the well 1, maybe 2 times for Marshall and Tim Cramsey. Obviously, you had the big 2 first downs on running the football, but App State wasn't going to let you fool him for a third time. I would have much preferred an opportunity the way your quarterback's feeling right now after that last drive to see if he could have picked it up with his arm.
Hennigan, who's deep, fields it on a hop. And he gets to the 36-yard line. What a roller coaster it's been for Marshall corner Stephen Gilmore.
Yeah, it was bad early on. I mean, he was getting picked on. They knew it, and they kept going at him with Thomas Hennigan. But great redemption. It's a heck of a catch right there by number 3. And then the pass break up that last possession. It's not always how you start, Mitch. It's how you finish. And right now, he's been playing lights out ever since that interception there to end the first half.
Hennigan in the slot. Thomas on play action. Rolling, throwing, caught there. Christian Wells at the 44, actually 45, and that's enough for a first down.
And great job by this offensive line, giving Zach Thomas plenty of time. He wanted to go to Hennigan in the slot. Had a deep sail route about 20 yards down the field. Probably could have hit him, decided to pull it down, get outside the pocket, find his receiver working back for him. It starts with the big boys up front, giving him plenty of time to sit there and make his read.
7 straight touches without points. Harrington straight ahead. And what will be the final play of the third quarter. Well, we told you these were two teams near the top in the group of 5. Certainly Marshall and App State with 15 minutes to go. We'll return to Huntington right after this message and a word from your local station. Those 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, they came on the first possessions by each team. Field goal in the second. Marshall scored in the third. Now to the fourth. And we'll see if Zach Thomas and the Mountaineer offense can get rolling.
Don't count him out. This is a quarterback that's won a lot of football games, Rich.
24-3 as a starter is Thomas. With time, Hennigan clearing, Gilmore trailing, and they just overthrew him.
And this is not a position App State's used to being in, being down the start of fourth quarter, but you got veteran offensive line. You got a quarterback that's played a lot of football, that's won a ton of football games, 24-3 as a starter. He's played well tonight or today in this football game. Plenty of time for this team. Big third down right here. Actually, they're putting Hennigan in the slot as the number 3 receiver. See if they get a matchup with him.
They're down 8. Little lead option left side. And Thomas racing for the sticks. I'm not sure where they're going to mark him. And they mark him just outside the 45. That's a first down, barely.
Actually decided the play was the pitch off the defensive end. Number 32, Kobe Cumberlander, actually dove in, thinking that it was going to be a zone read option, and a smart move by the quarterback. Get a lead blocker, or try to get a lead blocker with your running back. Get the first down, or 4th and short here.
And the reaction was it was a first down, but it's not. It's shy of the 45. This is 1 inches.
This is when this offensive line comes into play right here.
Play action over the middle. Caught there. It's Evans racing to the 10, to the 5. He lost the ball, and it's picked up by Marshall in the end zone. Unbelievable. And that look says it all.
Love the play design by offensive coordinator Tony Peterson. Everyone's thinking run. We're thinking run in the box. Why would you not run? That's your identity. You sneak a tight end out of the box. Wide open is Mike Evans down the field. And right now you feel that pressure coming. You need to put that left hand over the ball and protect it. And this is why you play to the end of the whistle. For all you young players watching right now, the play is never open. Incredible hustle.
That's Brandon Drayton who knocked it loose, and Nazi Johnson who recovered it.
Brandon Drayton, first time playing in a long time, and then making a big play.
And now Marshall keeps it on the ground. Sheldon Evans in for another drive. Some big plays by the secondary. The Gilmore pick stopped the scoring drive. And that play by Drayton to knock it loose.
He's an offense for App State. Had some turnovers last week in the red zone. Had won their first possession at the 1-yard line. Had one late in the game. Backed up in their own red zone. But still, they're known for taking care of the football. They worked hard as a team this week, protecting it. And unfortunately, with the interception and the big fumble right there in that last possession.
Remember, Wells threw a pick in the first half and a couple near picks near halftime. Over the middle, Thompson the catch, holds on, first down at the 35.
That's the second time He's hit Thompson on that route. Just a deep in route. You're going to play man-to-man coverage on the backside with no help on the inside. You better play heavy inside leverage. Did a great job. Continue to work on the route. Friendly route for the quarterback. We got Gaines in there right now.
Yeah, it's Gaines he gets to run it.
The Amigos package. Be ready. Rich said he thinks he's the best quarterback on this team. We'll see if they can pass officially.
Trying to get to the outside. He was a running back as well. And he has a nice game.
He left some meat on the bone on that one. I think he could have turned that up for a bigger play. He had the edge right there and couldn't fully turn to get it up the sideline. But there was something left there.
He's going to hear that in the film session this week.
Yeah, I'm sure Grant's going to be, listen, if I was in there, I would have turned up the corner and taken that for a nice 20-yard gain.
Gaines can throw it. Second down, 8. Wells back in. Over the middle. Gaines couldn't hold. And a flag down at the 36.
This has been the play I've been waiting for. He's one-on-one with the linebacker, DeMarco Jackson. He's the number 3 receiver. And he runs a little bit of a stutter and go at the linebacker to stop his
pass interference, number 52. Defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
You got 2 high safeties. He's going to give it a stutter and go. And it's one-on-one with a receiver-type body at tight end. They've run it a couple times. Grant Wells ended up going to the opposite side earlier in the game, but they came back to it right there. Great job stacking the linebacker, and then great job by Grant Wells, at least giving him an opportunity to make a play in the ball and then get the PI.
DeMarco Jackson, the linebacker, had his hands engaged with Gaines. First and 10, 47-yard line of App State. Evans spins down to the 42. Gain of 5.
Marco Jackson with the stop. That's a gain of 5. Second and 5. 42.
Yeah, for this defense right now, they need to realize a field goal still makes this a 2-possession game, so they got to hunker down. An inexperienced kicker for Marshall too. You're probably going to start seeing some more pressure to see if they can continue to keep him out of field goal range.
Mike Evans, the senior tight end, and you saw that forlorn face. Drayton tried once, and then second time he popped it loose.
Mike Evans right there, the tight end. I mean, as soon as you feel that first punch, I mean, that left arm has to wrap over and just go to the ground. You know, go down at the 5. You're not going to get a touchdown, so be it. Your first and goal. You're not risking the fumble. Incredible effort play, though, from Brandon Drayton. Four down territory for this team. I would not expect. I would expect a run.
Evans hit and second effort. Best through inside the 35 to the 34. That's a first down.
And we talked to the coach for App State, and their goal was to impose their will in the running game, and they're going to run, and try to break you defensively. And right now, it's been Marshall doing that. They've been the ones imposing their will in the running game, both with Brendan Knox, who's had a tremendous day, and then Sheldon Evans coming in as the backup running back, showing power and speed.
And it's been Evans on the last couple of drives. Tim Kamsey told us that the quarterback run game is 90% a read by the redshirt freshman Wells.
Yeah, he's read those same plays, scored a touchdown on. You're going to read the defensive end. If he crashes, you're going to get some pullers out front, some tight ends blocking for you on the edge. I still have nightmares about that play. That's the exact same play I tore my ACL on. I pulled it, tried to juke a safety in. Boop, pop. There goes the ACL. So it makes me cringe a little bit, but he runs it a little bit better than I do. He's a little faster.
Evans, this offensive line isn't huge to say SEC standards, but they are athletic, they are quick, technically very, very good.
And they communicate well. This is the leaders of this team and definitely the leaders of this offense. These guys have played a lot of football and they played a lot of football together. So half the battle is just figuring out who you're going to block, who's getting the double team to the second level. And these guys know that stuff. They know how to pick up blitzes. They know how to work the double teams. And you've been seeing it all day long. The experience of this offensive line, along with the agility and speed, has really helped open up some big holes for these running backs.
Knox is back in on 1st and 10. Knox to the right side. Good tackle by Nicholas Ross coming up from his safety spot.
Nicholas Ross makes the stop.
For Marshall right now, I understand you want to run the football. You're running it well, but a touchdown is, I think, to me right now, a big dagger to the hearts of App State. If you get held to a field goal try, and this is still a 2-possession game, App State is still feeling like they have a chance. You must put this ball in the end zone. The urgency here offensively is we will not settle for a field goal right now.
12,000 fans here, distanced, masked, and enjoying the thundering herd. Well spins. Thompson the catch. Well short of a first down. 3rd down and about 7.
And they had that set up. Number 62, Kane Madden. He's in charge of the kick-out block on the corner. He hesitates trying to find who to block. His goal is go right at that corner, cut his knees out, and spring the receiver. He goes and does that. There's a potential touchdown right there. So missed opportunity for this offense to get an easy touchdown on a screen. But yes, big play right here for both teams right now, especially App State, to keep this within 2 possessions here late in the 4th quarter, about middle of the 4th quarter.
3rd and 7. Knox hit initially, surged forward, short of the first down by a few yards.
Well, I think you kick this one. I do. I think you got to kick it. It's not. If it was a 4th and 1 situation, maybe you go for it. But being 4th and 3 right here and a long 3, I would kick it. But listen, they trust their offensive line. Maybe they go for a hard cadence, see if they can get App State to jump off sides. App State did jump off sides last week on a 4th and 2.
4th and 3. Knocks in the backfield. Wells out of time, fires, corner, incomplete. Well defended there. Sean Jolly came down with the ball, and App State holds.
Yeah, I would have loved to see him try to do a hard cadence there, see if they get a jump off sides.
Doc, still plenty of time. App State has some weapons. They've not been able to stretch the field. That one deep shot to Malik Adams in the first half off his fingertips in the end zone. Peoples racing to the sideline. Pinwheels out of bounds. Later in the game, the play of the game presented by Jersey Mike's Subs.
I think we may know what it is. Pretty pivotal. And at some point for App State, though, I know you want to run the football, but down 2 scores, you got to start throwing it downfield a little bit and taking some shots.
Thomas trying to run that. And Drayton made the hit, and of course it was Drayton that punched the ball loose on the long throw, catch and run. Mike Evans caught from behind. 2nd down and 8. Thomas, little crossing route, and flags are down. Thomas may have been hit late. It's Darius Hodge of Marshall.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer, number 2. Defense, low hit. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
And that's a silly penalty. He's coming around the edge right there. See him lunge a little bit towards the knees, and you win this game 17-7. Don't give App State any free, easy yards. So he's on himself about that one. He's too good of a player to be making those kind of mistakes late in a ball game like this.
All the way out to the 45 and a first down. 5.5 minutes left. Thomas, sideline, good catch there. Williams in stride. 9-yard pickup, 2nd and 1.
Yeah, that's his best throw right there for Zach Thomas. That deep out route throws him with a lot of confidence, especially to the right.
Second and short. Williams. The ball screen, racing to the sideline, gets the first down inside the 35. And App State on the move. And that 4th down miss by Marshall has left the door open.
I just feel that the energy right now for this Marshall defense is kind of lackadaisical at the moment. They just feel like we got this thing in the bag, we're good to go. But boys, listen, it's only 17-7, 5 minutes ago, and there's a starting quarterback that's 24-3 on the other side. Like this dude Thomas can play, and he takes pride along with the rest of this offense. They're going to continue to fight to 0-0-0 on the scoreboard.
Thomas up the sideline. Hennigan trying to fight his way back into the pattern. And it's incomplete. Well, look at this, Aaron Murray. Our researchers have been working on this all week.
Not to my doing, obviously, the only 6 points there. We had a pretty good defense.
Second down, 10.
Man, that seems a long time ago, Rich. I'm feeling old.
Three-man rush. Thomas up the field. Contact, a lot of it, and no flag. Wells with his arms up, and the contact may have been going both ways. Jalen McClain sat in coverage.
I think it was a little bit back and forth. I think if that ball was thrown more down the field, then there's an opportunity for a flag to be thrown. But since it was underthrown a little bit, I think McClain Sapp was in a good position right there to get that left hand up and knock it down. I don't think this is a two-play situation. If you're able to get a decent chunk and not get the first, you're down by 10, so you're going to need a field goal at some point.
3rd and 10. Peoples stayed in, or did he step out? Official tiptoeing. He stayed in. That's a first down.
We talked so much about Thomas Hennigan and obviously his one-on-one and his ability to create on the back end, but the blocking right there, great job continuing to fight to the end. That battle between him and Stephen Gilmore has been absolutely tremendous this entire ball game, but great job blocking to the end of the whistle to spring his running back for the big first down.
Remember, Thomas is 24-3 as a starter, including road wins last year at South Carolina and at North Carolina. Looking to set up a screen left side. Instead, he has to fling it to the sidelines, and it's incomplete.
It's great discipline right there from that Marshall defense. Number 4, Beckett. They're actually trying a little bit of a wheel route from the tight end. Coming from right, going to sneak around and wheel up the left sideline. Those guys stayed home, stayed disciplined, forcing the throwaway.
Second and 10. 4-man rush. Thomas steps through, tucks it. Ball is loose, and it's recovered by App State. Whoa! First down, Mountaineers. How about that heads out by Cameron Peoples as Thomas was blasted by
Vontae Beckett just absolutely put his helmet on the football. I mean, this linebacker has so much speed and play recognition time and time again.
On first down, screen. Williams out of bounds.
look at the closing speed, and then putting the right shoulder on the football, put the quarterback through a little carousel, but great heads-up play there for App State, jumping up, getting the football, and retaining possession. That was big right there.
Second down from the 11. Peoples, who made the recovery. It's inside the 10, but that's well short of the first down. Mark it at the 9. Third down in about 6, maybe 7. From the 9, blitz comes. Thomas, incomplete. Hennigan again. Do you take the 3 points now?
Oh, take the 3 all day long. That's great job defensively. Cover 0 blitz. Going to play inside leverage. Great job breaking off and getting in there to avoid the possible touchdown there by Hennigan. But yes, I agree with this. Take the 3 points. You're down by 10. You have 3 timeouts to go. Now it's time for your defense to show up after hopefully a made field goal.
Chandler State. From 31. Oh, no! Huntington, West Virginia, home of Marshall. That's a veteran kicker who just simply pushed it wide right. Senior Chandler Staten. And that's just one of many mistakes and opportunities that Appalachian State has had. Remember that catch and run by Mike Evans had the ball poked loose as he was trying to score. Then the interception as a late first half drive deep inside Marshall territory was stopped. Now Marshall trying to run some clock and move the sticks. Brendan Knox to the 23-yard line.
And for this App State team, going back to last week, I had some issues. There we go, timeout now. Had some issues with some special teams.
We're under 3 minutes. App State has 2 timeouts left. They obviously pokes it loose. Nazi Johnson recovers. Now let's listen in to Steve Cotton of the Thundering Herd Radio Network.
He takes it. He fakes the handoff. He throws over the middle for the tight end. Caught at the 30-yard line by Evans, and he's going to go left. He's near the goal line, but he fumbles it. And Nazi Johnson runs the ball down in the end zone and recovers for the Thundering Herd. Brandon Drake knocked the ball away from Mike Evans, and what looked for a moment like it might be a Mountaineer touchdown or at least first and goal, it turns into a turnover.
One of the turning points of this game and one of the plays that App State wishes they had back. Remember that pick late in the first half? Third down, 3 now. Marshall trying to run the clock. Knox right side. He's got the first down. That will move the chains. App State has just the 1 timeout left, and this offensive line and this fine running back starting to celebrate here.
Yeah, it's been an awesome time watching these offensive linemen dominate the line of scrimmage. I mean, we came in to start this game talking about the young quarterback, Grant Wells, gains the tight end, the speed at the receiving position. And those guys have had their moments, but it's been this offensive line, these 5 seniors who have paid their dues, along with a great running back in Knox, that have really been the catalyst for this football team, along with a tremendous defensive performance.
Keep it in Knox's hands. He's met by DeMarco Jackson. Followed by Love Island, More to Love. Plus a new edition of 48 Hours. Tonight only on CBS. Rich Waltz along with Aaron Murray, Appalachian State. 2 key plays that got sideways on them. And Marshall's lead still at 10. Clock just at 2:02. No timeouts left for the Mountaineers.
For Marshall right now, 2 hands on the football, and Grant Wells, as soon as you hand it off, you need to follow the ball carrier.
Knox is stopped. both of these miscues in the second half.
Yeah, you dream this situation as a coordinator. You drew it up perfectly. I have an opportunity to put 7 points on the board. Great defensive play. Mike Evans just did not tuck it. And then the push field right there to go along with that interception just before halftime. That's a lot of points right there off the board for this App State team. I said definitely some miscues in the first game last week. They were hoping they clean those up during the week in practice. Still early in the season. A lot to continue to work on. It's a great football team.
Don't forget the Stephen Gilmore pick in the final moments of that first half with App State driving deep in Marshall territory. Third down and short. App State can't stop the clock. Marshall on now 4th down and 8 is going to let the play clock run as far as they can.
Yeah, that defense. Let's talk about the defense for Marshall real quick. I mean, we're talking about an App State offense that had over 300 yards rushing last week, week 1. This Marshall defense has held them to 96 yards rushing. That's just a tremendous job by those guys. The big boys up front, those safeties filling in. And I'm a big fan of number 4. Devontae Beckett has been an absolute animal on that side of the football. If you can run the football and you can stop the run defensively, you're going to win a lot of football games. That's what Marshall proved today.
Well, for Marshall, it would be just their second win against an AP Top 25 in FBS, and it would be the first here at this field. For App State, they've been on an incredible run. They have won 25 of the last 27 games coming in, and so they're not used to this. And of course, all those teams in the group of 5 trying to get to a New Year's Six bowl. Teams in the American like Cincinnati and UCF. Memphis was there last year. If the Mountain West starts up, Boise State, San Diego State.
And there's some of those schools in the American, too, that, you know, the fact that the Big Ten, obviously, it's coming back, but with a limited season, you know, if you get an American team that's undefeated and a possible 1 or 2 loss team from maybe another conference, this could be the year we see a group of 5 team maybe sneak their way into the playoffs as well.
Ball rolls out of bounds. I want to take a moment to thank all the women and men of CBS Sports for all that they've done, traveling here to Huntington, West Virginia, keeping us safe, following all the protocol. A lot has to be done to move a production down here in these conditions, and they've done a terrific job. Zach Thomas and App State. Getting the catch, racing to get out of bounds, does at the 47.
Pass complete. Thomas to Hennigan.
I've been impressed by Hennigan. He's a very talented receiver. Hits some really crisp routes, uses his body well. It's a connection you're going to see a lot of throughout this year. Zach Thomas and Thomas Hennigan, they just need some more support from some of these other receivers, and hopefully again Henry Pearson back, their starting tight end, should hopefully help as well.
Same play, different side. Hennigan this time can't get out of bounds, and that will stop the clock to move the chains. Well, for Marshall now, this is a big deal. Number 23 team. These two schools were such big rivals long ago in what was then 1AA. It's the first time they've met since 2002.
I think there's some confidence, too, in this football team. You got a great defense that's given up 7 points in 2 games. You have a quarterback in Wells who didn't have his best performance today, but I think grew from the moments that he had in understanding what it takes to play in some big-time games. So this is a dangerous football team. They can run the ball well. They can play great defense. I mean, you got to feel pretty good looking at their schedule. They can take care of business for most of those teams on there.
Yeah, into Conference USA play. See a lot of them on CBS Sports Network. At Louisiana Tech is the next one.
Fans have been great today. I tell you what, it's been. You want a full house, and this is one of the best places. The atmosphere, the tailgating, all of that is excellent. But the fans are here, a fraction of what it normally is. They showed up. There was definitely a lot of energy in the stadium, which is great to see.
Time of the final snap. End zone shot, incomplete, and Marshall with a finishing touch on a takedown of a top 25 team. 17-7 the final.